Welcome in, everybody, and welcome to the VESL GG $25,000 Southeastern Conference Qualifiers for the great game of Rocket League. I'm Catnator. That's Nebby joining you here tonight for 4 exciting best of 5s of Rocket League. How are we feeling?
I am so excited to be here, first of all. It is such an honor to be working with you today. And I love me some good Rocket League. And, we have a great lineup of talent here and some great games to show you.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got 12 total conferences. The top 3 in the South specifically going to make their way forward into the actual qualifier of things. The top 8 making their way to playoffs. So lots to play for here tonight.
Go ahead and starting off strong here. We have Kevin up in midfield trying to make some offensive action happen. Going over 1 and over 2. Just letting it roll right in.
I like to say the start of the game is a feeling out process. You got to get comfortable. And, just get the hands warm a little bit. You gotta get, it's best of 5. There's plenty of time. Just 1 goal. So no worries on the defensive effort just yet.
Absolutely not, but we can tell Havelock here wanting to make a statement again after a little bit of a rough start here. 15 seconds in, 1 goal down. We see Chilotis here going for a shot, trying to dunk over, but blocked by a Northside defender.
I would have been cold, not gonna lie. I almost got a little ceiling shot action early on. I don't know what the high schoolers' mechanics are talking about, but hey, they're starting to chirp a little bit. Chilotis going to get on the board for Havelock here, answering back with just 15 seconds after that initial goal came through.
What a great goal here, and what a great answer to that first Northside goal. I'm hoping to see some more offensive pressure come out of Havelock here.
I think that's some high-scoring games if we don't see that defensive pressure, as you mentioned. Mechanics are early going to come through yet again from Gangy. Going to bring that one back, and I like the recognition from Havelock and kind of give some space here, reset, recognizing that one not quite going anywhere. So they've reset nicely, giving themselves a shot at the break. Gangy not quite going to find that one, but Chilotis will take it off the tee. The opponent put it straight up in the air for him, and Chilotis happy to bring their second goal into the net.
Havelock's chemistry really coming out there. Someone going for that bump there on that Northside defender, and Chilotis taking advantage of that opportunity and sinking another one right in.
So a minute of play, we already got 3 goals in the net. Still got 4 minutes of action. This one, I hope the scoreboard gets a bit bigger. Might be looking at double digits coming in soon. Gangy already put another one on the board. That's the 3rd goal of the night.
Gangy trying to prove you right in a great showing of mechanics here, coming out from these high schoolers, really putting me to shame right now.
Yeah, the air dribble's clean. I'm not quite sure the backfield's touched on. I don't know if they had the flip reset, but at the very least, some excellent car control through and through. Just let us take it to the corner. Stall boost early. Great stall as well. Looking for the pinch with Gangy. Didn't quite come through. Chickney not going to find the ball either. So they have given some space away to Northside. Only 2 goals down right now with plenty of time. Can definitely bounce back in this one on this back corner as Chilotis will go to clear it away.
Northside trying to keep this possession here, but these Havelock defenders are relentless, continually pushing that ball out, and Gangy doing exactly that to a teammate and winning that 50.
Little scrum in mid-pitch. Chicken will take that one. Thought maybe we get the outlet pass to Chickeny there. It's broken up pretty quickly. Shot on. That one's going to go high and wide, just barely over the right post. Is Gangy going to push it forward yet again. So Havelock doing a good job of keeping these early clears. They have fantastic midfield presence. Another shot on for Chilotis. That one saved nicely as Gangy already ready to receive back corner. There for the defense, and yet again sent away by the Rams.
This Havelock team is able to keep that offensive pressure because of their rotations. They're so solid, and those balls almost meeting pretty much every time. As I say that, not happening here. Kev going for that shot, going up. A teammate, unfortunately, just not there to follow up.
And like the moment we talk about rotation is the moment that no one's back on D, but they do manage to get through that one unscathed. Bit of a double commit coming through there. I will say you start to score early, you start to get that lead over your opponent, you get comfortable perhaps, so Havelock got to lock it back in, but shots still coming on for them, still very much in control, I'd say, as Northside going to try to do what they can here on the break.
We see Gangy, again, just receiving that ball, continually trying to clear it out and passing it down to Chilotis. Man, their just awareness of each other's presence on the field is what I think is leading them to have such a dominant presence in this game, immediately receiving the ball back and forth and taking it from those Northside defenders.
Like midfield, Chilotis up for this one. Second touch, going to go high here. It comes down just a bit farther in the goal box than he would have liked it to, so no one quite able to capitalize on it. Gengi will get here, still enough boost to maneuver this one back. Looking for that bump, made some space. But Northside do a good job of hounding that one back, forcing the ball so far to the side post that you really don't have a chance to put that one on net, and Havelock certainly don't. So just going to slow down this touch as well. Bit of a miscom, give some space for Northside. This could be what they need.
Gangy got a little awkward there, but Chicken trying to make up for lost ground. Met in midfield there by Maori.
Got to go back wall early. Some space here for Northside. High flick and Chickeny up early to get there for it. Should get back down for boost as well. Team will take it away, but rotation yet again on point for the Havelock defensive side. A minute left to play, and they're looking very much in control.
What a great flick over that Northside defender there. A beautiful way to keep that possession. Gothic making a little bit of an awkward not touch there, for lack of a better term. It's looking to take possession, almost getting it around Gangy. Gangy looking a little awkward there, but maintaining to retain that possession.
Ooh, I like that. Slight bounce dribble, slow it down there, try to get the defender up. Couldn't quite do so. Good defense from Northside to hold on to it. They need more than that. They need some offense. Still time to take game number 1, but they got to work quickly. Just 40 left to play.
Northside needs to get this ball off of their half, and they're doing just that. Maori getting that ball over a defender, but again, that Havelock offense is just relentless, immediately pushing that ball back onto the Northside field.
Early up in that passing lane yet again. Just 20 left to play, and Havelock continuing that prowess, not playing not to lose, but playing to win, continuing to push that ball down pitch, making sure Northside never able to get into a good attacking opportunity, pushed away yet again, and you can say safely now, game 1 going to go the way of the Havelock Rams. Gangy will grab one more just for the likes of it.
Gangy just had to lock it in there, really send this one home. A beautiful little hit there off those back wheels and right over that Northside defender. Gothic, unfortunately, just not able to make it in time.
Clean game 1, through and through from the Rams. Do a good job of just holding control. Feels like there's always somebody there. Northside not quite able to get shots on in the instances that they do. It's these one-offs. They're not quite able to build them up, to build these team plays, and I feel like that really speaks to the difference early in game 1.
Absolutely. I think Northside was having some problems there, just following up and making sure they're keeping steady in those rotations, giving Havelock that ultimate advantage over them, letting them be open for more opportunities and just, quite frankly, get more shots off. Yeah,
more shots off. You call that one. It's a stat that you can't deny. Looking at it, 11 for Havelock, just 3 for Northside, and those shots coming on just one-off. So they got good saves, I will say that. A lot more goals could have saw their way into the net, but Northside do a good job of batting down what they can, but now they got to get some of their own shots up. We'll jump into game 2. Northside bounce back here in the series.
Absolutely. We're looking for this early offensive pressure from Northside, hoping to make some sort of a statement, but Havelock's just not having it. Chilotis trying to clear this one out, but unfortunately not quite able to.
A little scrum in the front of the goal box. Gothic's handled it nicely, handled the extra man as well. Gangy able to get just a bumper on it. Might be able to swing that one back down as well. Was looking for something soft off the front tire. Unfortunately, Northside, they saw the effort. They saw how hard he worked to try to make that one possible. And they've been willing to, take the ball the extra mile.
They just wanted to help him out a little. It seems such an unfortunate misstep, but hey, I can't say I haven't done that many a times in my games. We're going into this with 1 goal already down, less than 30 seconds in the clock. Started on the clock. Wow, as I say that, Chicken, again, a strong start there coming off this kickoff goal. What a way to make a statement start out the series.
And so you might as well scratch the record there on the goal 1 analysis. Straight back in the net for Havelock. Northside got to try to time this up defensively. Just until Havelock are getting comfortable, and they're taking that comfort and using it to push themselves forward. We're going to get the look toward the redirect there. Gangy not quite able to do anything off of it. Does get a nice bump, though. That'll make up for the early demo. Means Northside can't actually push off of it. A shot will go on instead. That one goes high crossbar. Nothing quite found there for Northside. We're going to push their way forward now. An opportunity in mid-pitch. No one home for it. A clear from Havelock, and yet again, just wrapping up the Northside attacking possession so quickly.
You know, I think Havelock is really sitting here on this great boost of momentum. They're more confident. They're able to make these plays just because of how their game one went, quite frankly. Consistently getting those shots on the goal every single time, but Northside just not quite able to break out of that offensive pressure.
All right, Kev with some control in mid-pitch. Fighting for this one back is still Northside. And I got to ask now, yes, we look at this team trying to fight back in this series after 2 early goals from Havelock. What do you want to see differently offensively to get some goals in the net for the orange side?
I feel like their rotations are just collapsing, quite frankly. As I say that, Gangy with the shot, but this Northside team, you can see how close Mari and Kev are following right behind each other. I understand that Mari's playing second man in that situation, but that's a really close supportive second man. And I think if they just widen up those rotations a little bit, it'll lead to some better, longer passes that'll really connect to their teammates.
Oh, and well, they'll widen out the length of time before anyone actually takes the ball off the mark. And, well, if you think about it, if you really run the numbers, I'd say it's 2-2.
Yeah. What a strange way for this game 2 to go. What a strange kickoff at that as well.
Yeah, strange kickoff. No one on either side touching it, and when the touches finally come through for Northside, it's not quite the direction they would have liked it to go in. I'm nervous to see the orange side maneuver this ball in front of their own net at this point. But they still got plenty of time. They've proven they can put the ball into the net. They still have 3 full minutes to play, so plenty of time to get back cooking. But Chalotis, well, the burner was never off. 3 shots on the game, 2 goals in the net.
Those passes are just connecting every time. Gangy looking for Chalotis to receive that off the backboard, and Chalotis putting it right in.
All right, the good news is that Havelock are just the goats. I don't know what you think. It's best of 5. Yeah, there's still time. There's still time. 3 minutes in this game, technically, if you scored the speed the Rams are, you could bring this game back, and if not, you've got a reverse sweep to look at.
For sure, and for Northside's sake, I am hoping for that reverse sweep, but looking into it, they just need to apply that pressure right here, right now. You can see Kevin Goth kind of clamming up in the back and just unfortunately not able to get that save on Chalotis' shot.
You know, in school, did you ever have the fundraising people that would come in and do like the BMX show in the gym, and then
we absolutely did.
And then they'd have you sell like crock pots and stuff for prizes. Right now, Northside, they score a goal, they've got a chance to win the biggest crock pot prize of them all, a trip to Brazil for the whole class.
I'm hoping they do at this point. I'm really rooting for them here, but Chickeny just again getting it over these defenders. But as I say that, Kev getting a little bit of possession here, trying to take it, get over one of these Havelock defenders.
Well, it will not be Brazil, but it will certainly be another shot in the net for Havelock. They'll take 8 now. Bit of stat padding here. You know, not positive what the VESL tiebreaker is. So if it's goals scored, hey, there's some advantage to be gained for the Rams in the later stages of this qualifier.
Absolutely. Another kickoff there where it seems like not everyone's looking to go for it, but Northside still, that ball is just on their side of the pitch, and Havelock is going to take advantage of that every time they can.
Another one in. You know how it goes. So you look at things for Northside, just looking to do whatever they might. I think at this point you got to shut the brain off just a little bit. You know, look towards game number 3, game 2. You know, not going to be your game, and that's okay. Chance to maybe get 1 goal in the net. You know, just to feel yourself, show yourself that you can still do it, and then look towards the rest of the series. That's sort of your get back.
Absolutely. I mean, I think Northside needs at least 1 goal here just to kind of regain that sense of momentum. A 9-0 loss, if we're looking at it at this point, can be really demoralizing and really ruin any sort of sense of momentum. And as I say that, Kev getting a little stylish there.
Big Kev. They call him Kev's seasoning because he just put it on. Oh, spicy. Excellent work there. Throws a little backflip into the bounce dribble as well. Made it look real clean. And Hey, you talk about wanting some momentum, wanting a goal to get something cooking. That's the goal right there.
That's the way to start cooking for sure. And Kev looking to make it happen again, getting over all 3 defenders, leaving that ball mid for a teammate, and it looks like Maori will try to follow up, but just can't quite get it.
Yeah, that's painful. Just barely off the crossbar there. A little bit too much on it. Gothic going to do what they can here. Instantly going to get bumped, though. And Havelock on defensive duty. They know they have more than enough goals. So put all 3 to the back of the goal box there to ensure. Kev a shot on. That one's going to go very wide. Follow-up can't quite find anything either. Good turn early. Kev looking to drive this one in. Gang going to say no, though. A minute left to play. Northside still on the prowl.
Northside playing a lot better in this last minute. You can see them having so much more possession, and it's an open net. But a defender gets there right in time.
I want to go wide over the net. 45 left to play. Mario, nice infield pass. Gets it up to his buddy. Kev, the only one with a goal for Northside here. Unfortunately, can't quite finish the job there on that attack. Gengi going to push it away. Now within the last half minute of play. Northside not going to take game number 2, but certainly have taken some momentum back with some nice stylings.
Absolutely. You can just see the barrage of shots coming out from them there in those last 30 seconds. I think is really going to be what they need to do going into this 3rd game. Really hoping to see them regain some possession and maybe get a last 10-second goal here. We see Gothic trying to make a move, coming off that wall to the backboard. Blocked by a defender. Chicken right there when you need him.
All right, ball hit the ground. Havelock going to take it in convincing fashion. A 4-1 now, a 9-1. Pretty close to the same number of shots, ironically. Only 4 more shots up in this one, but a lot more in the net. Defensively, just not the same effort. I think it's 6 saves from Northside in game 1, only 1 in game number 2. So, you know, as you start to work the offensive, right, you got to be cautious not to stretch too far that you lose the defense in addition.
Absolutely, and I think that may have been the issue there with this Northside squad is that they were trying so hard on this offensive because we saw what that did for them in the last 30 seconds of the game. They got that shot off, but just wasn't quite enough.
See if Northside can find their groove here. You know, they say 3rd time is the charm. Game 3 on its way. It's still a best of 5. There's plenty of room to work with here. So we get the EV on the pitch for Havelock. Chalotis gonna rock the Mustang. Nothing quite coming through early for Havelock. They are showing more of that beginning of game 2 gameplay as opposed to that end where Northside started cooking some stuff up.
For sure, but Northside trying to regain that possession, but Chalotis just puts that right over Kev there.
Good placement, good recognition from Chalotis to get up for that one as well. Sees the pre-jump. All he's got to do is angle the car a bit, get the front bumper over, and more than able to get that ball redirected in time. So Havelock yet again going to score first. It's the first 30 yet again. They had a real quick follow-up goal. Looking for it off the kickoff early. Not quite the same case here. In this game, Northside, the Lions a chance on the break. That one shut down early by Gangi. Set up for Chalotis, looking to finish yet again, and will do just that with a clean double touch.
What a beautiful double touch coming out from him there. To Toxic, to Chalotis, recognizing exactly where he needs to place it on that backboard to dunk on not just 1, but 2 defenders there.
I always love to see high school players with good team chemistry. I think a lot of the time we get a lot of solo players in high school. You know, sometimes it's the fact that you're juggling maybe sports, academics, everything on top of each other. Don't have as much time for practice with your squad. But not the case for Havelock. You can see how well this team plays with one another. The ability to recognize where they are in space. The trust and passes. Rule 1 on its way. We'll set up a 2-on-2. Still the duo Kev going to come through. Gangi trying to put that one in early. Kev will shut it down. Deep clear here. And Northside a chance to score as it's just the duos playing right now.
They are staying locked in that Rule 1 there, which, you know what? I love to see that integrity. Havelock still applying that offensive pressure here, but Mori quick to pull it out of their half.
2 players still in the penalty box as Kev going to try to push this one forward. Awkward touch there from him. Gives Gangi some room. Couldn't quite reset the flip. Second time he hasn't quite been able to find it, but I do see the vision. Kev a flick, can't quite get the teammate involved there. It's going to give a lot of room here as they were both up. Mari having to work that 1v2, does so cleanly. They're still going to push that one forward. Doesn't grab boost though, so can't really do much here. Kev will flip it away. Mori to step back onto it. Actually, awkward touch in a demo as well as Gangi trying to set this one up. Chalotis going to kind of block the passing lane there for that one. 2:30 left on the clock and row one broken.
That demo completely ruined our 2s game that we were just watching, but Gangi trying to make a statement here on that 3s game. Kev getting a great touch on that to almost save it, but Tox, what a fantastic follow-up, recognizing where that ball was on the goal line, recognizing both defenders were stuck in that net, just making something happen for Havelock.
Man, I gotta say, the work defensively there from Kev is fantastic. It's just even better work from Chalotis. Perfect wingman in that situation, getting there and finding another bump. So the demo, it's a bump to the defender. There's so much aggression here from Havelock, doing everything right offensively and defensively when it comes to this game.
And that dominance looks like it's going to continue ensuing, but Chalotis trying to take possession here. A little bit of a pass off of his own teammate. And we see Northside finally getting some possession on Havelock's side. Unfortunately, no one there to follow up with that ball.
The demo on its way. Let's start a counter here in a minute. The 4th one we've seen from the Rams thus far. Chance on. We'll go backwards to the back corner for Northside defensively. Works out nicely as well. We'll clear it. We'll give them some room as Chalotis already has a double touch in this game. Was looking for another. Couldn't quite get the ball where he was hoping. And it gives Northside a chance to push away here. Kev trying to style yet again. Follow-ups there, and Chalotis will have the save on the back of the goal line.
You know, Kev's got to be a ones player. While we're watching him, I feel like he's been... Wow. Gangi wants to shut me up about Kev, I guess. Gangi with a beautiful shot there, putting another one in for Havelock. Going off of that wall. Getting a little fancy with it there.
As team, fantastic as a unit, fantastic as individuals mechanically as well. It's so difficult to beat. They all have the ability to make big plays. They have the ability to make big plays together. Hard squad to beat. Going to be a squad to definitely look to throughout this qualifier, at least for the Southeastern Conference. Might just be the team to make it through into that top 3. You might see them in the regional. As Gothic will do as they may. Shot on Chalotis, the defensive brain for this team. It seems like another big save.
Northside not quite out of it yet, though. We're down to about a minute of play, and they have possession on Havelock's side. We see Kev here going for a shot. Chalotis just being in the right place at the right time, able to get that save.
Yeah, I feel like he's missing a couple saves as well. You know, sometimes you get cheesed by Rocket League a little bit. Surprised he only has 3 saves. I feel like he's been in the way of a lot of opportunities for Northside here. Really the thorn in the side. They've had several good looks in this game 3 and just can't quite find an answer. Another one sent away by the likes of Chalotis. An early pre-jump there from the back of the goal box. Gothic will push something forward, but the other 2 have already had to rotate out of midfield. Nothing quite going to come through for this team. Just 30 left to play, and Havelock starting to do some victory laps. Perhaps a victory goal to come in as well. Not quite on the money from Chalotis, but enough control to guarantee Northside aren't scoring anytime soon.
And Northside attempting to prove you wrong here, putting one over, but Chalotis, again, is there for every single save. There's no way he only has 3. Rocket League's definitely cheesing him out of a bit. Gothic trying to get one last shot here for Northside, but unfortunately, it looks like their fate is sealed in this best of 5, and Havelock is going to take the series 3-0.
It just looked good. Truth be told, you know, we saw a solid defensive effort for Northside in terms of game number 1. Another good effort for them here in game 2. Did a great job in the goal box, just about the same amount of saves, just under by 1. But unfortunately, the offense on the other end was just so smooth. 75% of the goals for the Rams assisted as well. The whole team showing up.
For sure, but we do see on Northside's defense here, they did bring a lot more shots to this game 3 than they did in game 1 and game 2. You know, I'm hoping that if this was a best of 7, maybe we would have seen them take 1 or 2 games there, because they seem to be progressing each and every game, kind of understanding their team a little bit better and really getting into their own chemistry and their vibe.
Yeah, it's very true. The development coming through every game, difficult for them, I'd say, to match pacing, but definitely did start to feel more comfortable towards the end of the series. But, you know, they didn't play bad. Havelock just played better. And sometimes that's just how the cookie crumbles. Have like another matchup for them here as well, trying to test their way through this qualifiers. 25,000 up for grabs here in this season. We'll see if Havelock will take another set.
I'm excited to see how they perform here against West Craven. Trying to see if any of that early game dominance is coming out, but I guess in the first 15 seconds, it's not looking like it. West Craven having some possession here on the Havelock side. A little bit of a different story from last game.
I'm interested to see if the substitution from Havelock will make a difference here. Bringing in Lunar. Still got the defensive presence, and obviously maybe some more offensive firepower coming to the Rams' possession. They'll score first.
Absolutely. I guess that sub in for Lunar was a great choice. Getting that early shot in, that 30-second lead. You know, Havelock consistently getting those early leads and setting up their momentum for the rest of the game.
All right, first goal on its way. West Craven, good shot. Chilota's there to break it up, though. Chickeny gonna push this one away. A look there towards the front of the goal box. Nothing quite there for West Craven just yet. Just throwing shots up, kind of seeing what'll stick from this defense. Not finding much early. Gonna have to start to work a little bit more dimensions if they want to try to push this ball into the net.
For sure, and West Craven really keeping that pressure up on this Havelock side. Iowa here, going for something off the backboard, but a teammate not quite there to follow up, and as I say that, TNG sending it up again, but those Havelock defenders are relentless.
Without a doubt. TNG look on, it wasn't quite there. Still opportunity here. Malachi not quite going to come up with the ball, but does give space for TNG instead. Good turn as well. That one going to go the other direction, but two great looks for West Craven. Just wasn't quite enough to chip the ice, but slowly picking into it.
West Craven definitely proving themselves to be a competitor here, though. Able to maintain that possession on that Havelock side, which we hadn't seen in our previous games. And as I say that, you know, Chicken will take that ball and just throw that one in.
You give this squad an inch. They're happy to take a mile. Fantastic mechanics from Chicken there to get that from sidewall to back wall to the net. About 2 minutes out of this game, 2 goals up for the Rams. West Craven very much on their toes here, so the Rams cannot give an inch.
Some great defense coming out of West Craven, and I should stop talking, I guess. A little bit of an awkward misstep there from one of the West Craven squad, and Havelock ready to capitalize.
Just a very small gap, and they're happy to take it there. The team out of Vanceboro is unfortunately not quite able to get that one cleared. They still got plenty of time in both the game and the series. Malachi going to turn this one early off the kickoff. TNG does a good job of reading that clear. Gives the team a chance here. Someone can get back the turn. I think I want to see the demo come through there. That might change up the course of that one, but it is a shot that doesn't go anywhere for the Rams. Gives still space for these Eagles to work something. Shot going to go on. Chilotas will clear early. Nothing quite going to come out of this corner unless TNG can really force the issue. That one goes high crossbar. Pushed away nicely. Handled by the defense.
TNG was super close to making an opportunity there. And he's making an opportunity here for this defense to spread out a little bit, clearing that out to midfield and trying to take repossession of this ball away from these Havelock offenders. They are really keeping that offensive pressure up, and as I say that, that ball rolls right back into that Havelock side.
Shaking up to Chilotas, trying to get together there for a pitch, couldn't quite find it. And Lunar trying to take this mid-pitch now. Great work from TNG, just putting the pressure on, forcing this team to work. Bump gonna come through as well, give space for the second man, wasn't quite able to find it. Nothing there in mid-pitch either, but you can see these Eagles cooking. TNG another look on, that one not quite on the money either, but this orange side so close.
I mean, their offensive pressure is really coming out. You can see them trying to maintain that presence on that Havelock side of the field. And these passes really opening it up, a little bit more rotation than we've seen from previous games. And it looks like Havelock trying to come. I apologize.
You know, that looks like me a lot of the time. You know, sometimes you sneeze on the way up. It's a little awkward. But fortunately, you look up at the top of the screen. They still got 3 goals in the net, and we'll make it a 4th.
Wow. Relentless is the one word I can continue to use to describe this Havelock roster. I know I've said it a lot, but quite frankly, they're the epitome of it.
Now that's crazy work. Chicken does a fantastic job with a feint. Does what he has to, gets space, decides to showboat a little bit. And how is the substitution going to walk in and steal the goal? Like, that's crazy. You saw how much effort he put in. Give the man his stat line. That's crazy. Chicken has an extra goal as far as I'm concerned. We go to the end of the game leaderboard. That's very toxic work from Lunar Moon. Can't believe it.
Hey, Lunar Moon just needed to get themselves on the scoreboard. You know what? I get it. I've been there. I've been there for sure. We're going down to this final minute here. West Craven just really needs to turn it around if they want to take this game one.
Yeah, they certainly have the capabilities to turn it around. I don't know if it'll be at the end of this game, but I definitely think the rest of this series will be interesting. They've been very close to scoring opportunities. They put some good looks together. Just hasn't quite been enough. Havelock defensively just such a unit at times. A demo coming through early from TNG has been really the one trying to force the issue here for the Eagles. An opportunity to make something happen there, but it's stolen away by Chilota. Is going to take this one in the skies. Over to go Chickeny, but not quite there for the goal.
I mean, this has definitely been a strong start. Honestly, coming out of both teams here. You know, I consider game one a little bit of a warm-up game. So I'm looking forward to a little bit of a different scoreline coming into game two as we tick down to our last final seconds. Chalotis trying to get another goal for this Havelock side, but saving it from his own teammate.
You make a much better door than a window, buddy. Wrong place, wrong time. But to be fair, he's blocking his own pass. So what was it going to be? We look at the goals broke out for Havelock. We've got 2 for Chickeny, 2 for Lunar Moon, splitting it right down in the middle. Love to see it. A decent amount of saves here from West Craven as well. Pretty close game, I'd say, all things considered. You know, see, both of those bars for the stats are looking at the blue side, but I think it's been pretty close if you really look deeper into the game.
It definitely felt more even matched than the scoreboard is showing here. You know, I think West Craven did a really great job keeping that pressure on Havelock and trying to crumble down their defense, but just a few minor mistakes and a few minor tweaks going into this next game. I think they have a good shot at taking this series.
Yeah, absolutely. We saw their first couple of shots, a lot of them from TNG, just taking scraps and kind of chucking them towards the net. I would like to see them establish a passing lane if they can and start to look at a couple more assist opportunities. I think that will be the difference here for them getting points on the board.
And I mean, I think that's what differentiates Havelock here in terms of skill from this team. As we saw from last game, they are so reliant on team plays and finding each other in bumps, and it's been working out great for them. If West Craven can emulate some of that, I really think we'll see a better result out of this game for them.
See if they are able to emulate. Chilotis looking for the reset, the flip, try to get to the teammates. Neither play going to come through. There's still room to work with. Chilotis, great reset as well. Can't quite bring that one back down, but does reset his defensive nonetheless. Going to get up early yet again. Up to Gangy, trying to put it through, and has done just that. The give and go from the Havelock ranks.
That one definitely slipped right in there. Chilotis hitting that right back over to Gangy and just absolutely dunking on TNG there. What a great show of mechanics.
I mean, this team just does it all, continuing to amaze. Fantastic looks for them yet again. Continuing the aerial supremacy as they'll score yet again within the first minute of play. They have not let a minute tick off a clock thus far without getting a goal, and it's been 5 games of action, we can say that for.
Definitely an impressive stat there for them as they try to get another goal in before that 3-minute mark. Not looking like it's going to happen right now, however. TNG trying to move that ball and get some more offensive pressure, but no one's there to follow up as that ball just rolls right over that net.
As TNG yet again trying to be that thorn in the side, constantly finding opportunities, but he's just quite able to get through. It's a lot of solo effort coming through for TNG, and it's been just a bit awkward for him. Chilotis gonna pick it up in the back corner yet again, gonna wrestle that one away. Touch to Gangy, trying to reconnect for a second, and he's flipped it out on his best man. You hate to see it. He leaves him at the altar there towards the end of the post. No goal gonna go through, trying to make redemption, has done just that. We'll get the goal back now.
Only Chilotis can manage to save his own teammate's shot in 2 games back-to-back and then proceed to still capitalize off it and score his own goal. What a player.
Yeah, he said he's a defensive unit. He didn't feel like he was taking enough shots on the other end. Had to take his teammates' shots instead. So that he can still put them in regardless. So we'll take 2 minutes away. Yet again, Havelock to put 2 goals on the board. TNG gonna put one high and wide. Chilota's happy to pick that one up. Gonna force it towards the net, and no one quite able to get there defensively. Leaves the opening for Gangi, who puts it away.
Immediately putting up a third, really keeping with that 1 goal a minute storyline here. And they're doing it well. That defender just not quite able to get there.
Game 2 going just how the Rams would like it to. Gangi gonna push forward here yet again. He's been cherry picking just a bit, hoping that Chilotas will set him up, and he has certainly been doing so. Gangi to sidewall, gonna push it back. And nothing quite there in midfield. Defensive effort is there and does its due diligence to push it away. West Craven trying to capitalize off their clear. TNG will push it forward. UA a chance on it, but sent away by Lunar.
West Craven definitely not keeping as much pressure on this Havelock side as they were in game 1. I feel like they're struggling to find shots here. That Havelock offense, again, is just relentless. And as I say that, West Craven trying to make something happen, but TNG, the only one up, pushed up forward again.
Gangi trying to work it past TNG. Not one to be slided, though, as Chilotas will gain control in the back corner. TNG a shot on that one wide open. Read it nicely. No clear to come through. He's in the black tie apparel for his goal.
Putting West Craven up on the board. TNG, he has been doing it all, really keeping that offensive pressure, and I'm happy he got this one here. Hopefully this will have a turning point here for West Craven in this game.
Kickoff picked up freely. It's given boost to Havelock, who will start to work it mid-pitch early yet again. Lunar to Gangi, not quite able to make contact. Same sort for the defenders, though. This is an awkward one. Lunar going to try to turn on it. Has done just that and has indeed found the net.
Lunar was a great choice for a sub here by this Havelock roster, putting up a lot of shots in both game 1 and game 2, allowing Havelock to be up 4-1 as we tick down to our last 2 minutes.
Our more standard kickoff here. Lunar just going to take it. Will turn for boost, so it's giving West Craven some room. EOA not actually going to grab that boost. They're going to get starred very early here. No turn on it just yet from Havelock. Going to give some space. You never know what TNG is going to be capable of here close. Gangi going to take it. We'll work it close off the sidewall. Chilota's up early. He's reset his flip off the ceiling, looking for it. But it's not to be found. West Craven going to get in the way of that one.
That play was almost nasty, but West Craven looking to make a little bit of a nasty play of their own, but those passes just unfortunately don't connect, and Chilotas is going to go ahead and clear that out, trying to push it off to this West Craven side. TNG, though, not allowing that to happen, taking possession, hitting it right over Gangi. Toxic, meeting him right there for a 50.
Everyone up for this one for the Rams, and somebody's going to come away with it. It'll be Gangi, the 5th in the net. The Rams up good.
Just establishing that dominance. This one shot a minute. You were completely right when you had that observation. You know, I'm ready to see if that continues on into these next few games, but West Craven need a miracle if they're going to make this happen.
Float is up for it early. Wasn't quite able to reset, so that one going to go down without much of a fight. TNG going to push it forward. Had the chance. An open back corner. Couldn't quite finagle the ball in that direction. So it's given Havelock the chance to clear yet again. Chilotas start the dribble early, gonna push it down, and plenty of teammates here to help with this one as well. Into the last 30, and still up 4 are the Rams. Oh,
and the Rams trying to be up one more, and they will be. Havelock 6-1. About 30 seconds left to go here. We might be looking at a Brazil.
Yeah, certainly could be. A very clean fake from Chilotas to put that one in. Had the flip, knows it, just holds on it. The defender has no choice but to try to pre-jump for it. Just waits his time, flies right on by. One more goal would indeed send us into South America.
Well, I'll start booking my flights, but TNG here not wanting that to happen. And Malachi immediately shutting me up. I'll put my wallet away. Thank you, Malachi. Getting West Craven up on this scoreboard again. We're 6-2.
Yeah, thank goodness I couldn't afford it, so.
Yeah, well, me neither. In college, you know it is.
That's a much better situation for me, I gotta say. It'll be still 4 goals the difference on this one, so just trading goal for goal here. clock gonna run through, and it'll be Havelock up 2-0 early in the series. It'll be the Eagles vying for that reverse sweep.
Looking ahead of this for the rest of the games of this series, how are you feeling, Kat? What's your prediction here?
You know, I think we'll have just a fair competition, and anything's possible. You know, anyone could take it. Whole lot of shots for the Rams, though, I gotta say.
Absolutely. I think West Craven was definitely having more of a presence on that Havelock side in the first game. And I'm hoping they continue to do that going into this game 3, which could be the start of their reverse sweep.
Was that your prediction?
Well, I don't know. I mean,
the way you said it sounds like
I love a good underdog story. What can I say? I love a good reverse sweep, keeping the fans on their toes. But Chalotis does not care about a reverse sweep, I guess. He wants to go ahead and lock this series in, putting one in really early. 8 seconds.
Yeah, the fans on their toes. Havelock likes to keep the defenders on theirs. Yet again, going to score early. Had a slight DC player already back there, so should be chilling. And here we are. Getting off top crossbar, just barely not going to find that one. Was Craven. Best chance for a break thus far. Had a chance for a demo as well. Couldn't quite find it. As Lunar going to push that one deep. It'll go just high right post and sent in like a dagger from Gangy.
You know, Havelock's passes are just connecting every single time. Lunar here, hitting it right off that crossbar, sending it straight down to Gangy, putting that in for a beautiful 2-0 here. 30 seconds down.
Another standard kickoff, but TNG going to come up for it this time. Has a line drive for it, but just not enough speed to push that one past Chicken, who was more than ready for it. Now just one player to beat, and he knows it. He'll throw the flick. He just cannot quite find the net. He gets contested by TNG, who does a fantastic job defensively to send that one away.
Absolutely. TNG really being the multi-tool of this series here, having a lot of pressure on offense, but also being there right where you need him for those saves. But Malachi trying to take possession here. Chicken just getting it right over him, going for the shot, but TNG again is there.
Chicken in midair. We're going to bring that one down off the stall to Lunar. Gangy now trying to work off a defensive misplay as it starts to develop some room here. West Craven, everybody up in the goal box, making sure this one doesn't come through. Who better than TNG to finalize that? So it's broken down the Havelock attack. Can they develop it into an attack of their own? TNG going to push it up early. He's got help here as well. Malachi down low. It's going to go just far off the right post. Not quite on the money.
That's exactly what this West Craven squad needs to keep doing, though, keeping that pressure. There were multiple shots there that almost went in, but just missed it by a margin. Hoping to see them come back here as they put that pressure right back on Havelock, sending that ball back onto their half.
Good mid-pitch. Awkward touch has put everybody into a bit of a frenzy here. Going to stall for some time. Havelock love to thrive in chaos. EOA not quite able to find the ball. The teammates certainly have. They're going to push this one forward. Good pitch for TNG. No choice but to turn. It's an outlet to Chicken, who's ready. Can't quite maneuver that one forward. Gangy a quick turn. Still room on this break. It's not over just yet for the Rams. Lunar forward. Tries to find the early touch, but it's sent away.
You see Chicken here again, throwing another shot up, trying to get it in, and almost went in there. A little bit of a misstep from Malachi. More offensive pressure, more shots. They're just not finding it right now in Havelock. Looks like their 1 minute, 1 goal is fading a little bit here, but Gangy trying to change that.
Yeah, they're very much on the prowl for it still. Itching for it now. Gangy trying to push that one forward. His teammate was already in the air, couldn't quite get it to him. And that's going to be the break. So West Craven will push it away. Immediately, though, turned on in midfield. Gangy trying to bring it down to a teammate. No one home to answer the call. And that's given some room now for the Eagles yet again, if they can just get this cleared defensively.
And the Rams continue to get those clears that we were hoping for the Eagles to get, but they're just keeping that pressure on over and over and over. You can see Chicken just not letting up on any of these defenders, and the clears just are unfortunately not quite coming out.
Yeah, this constant midfield rotation from Havelock has made it so difficult to do anything really past the clear. You're playing volleyball, with the team who holds on to the ball once they've got it on their side. We'll do even more than that. They'll send it on into the net. Chicken will take a third for the Rams.
That touch from Gangy straight over West Craven defender into the midfield. A beautiful play there to set up this team. And honestly, that's what Havelock's strength is here. Their team plays. They are consistently there for each other. But West Craven just lacking that a little bit in their team plays as that ball rolls straight to an empty net. Not quite sure what's going on here.
Well, you know, Eagles fly. That's all I got to say about it. We flew away from this one. The Rams do a number on the game, and they'll take a celebratory laugh on it. Going to pick themselves up 2 series today. That puts them pretty well off into the qualifier. I think they've got a good shot, at least from what we've seen thus far, Hannah, at that top 3.
Absolutely. You know, they just had such a strong and dominant performance. I would love to see what teams would be able to contest that, but it looks like our 2 teams today, while they made a very valiant effort and were extremely, extremely close, just didn't quite happen.
Yeah, it did not quite happen, but man, did it ever so happen for the Rams. Fantastic work from this trio all the way through. Or I guess we should say, is there like a good word for 4 people, like squad maybe?
The squad, the group? I guess a squad, yeah.
Squad?
It's like, you know, Fortnite, Rocket League, Epic,
yeah,
squad.
Yeah,
I think it works.
I'm going to give some love, of course, back on the other end for the substitution coming through. It's very successful stuff from this whole team. I mean, mechanically, they're all phenomenal, but they're also unselfish as well. They do such a good job, minus, you know, the goal getting stole here and there. They do such a good job of being there for one another. Great passing all the way through. Almost every goal is assisted.
Absolutely, and I think something important to mention here is that even with the substitution, they stayed strong in that team chemistry and team synergy, and they were able to make all of those passes, even with the sub.
Yeah, absolutely. So not only do they have such a successful starting 3, but they've got the subs, and the subs are just as good. That makes this roster incredibly scary in the Southeast. And speaking of the Southeast, we've got ourselves 2 more matchups here tonight, 2 more best of 5s on their way throughout this $25,000 prize pool. But it'll be just a minute before we get there. So we'll take a quick break. When we come back, more Rocket League action.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to week 1 of our $25,000 VESL Rocket League Qualifiers. We have 12 conferences and a whole lot of amazing high school players. Ketnator, how are you feeling?
Oh, I'm feeling good. You know, we just watched the Rams show up and show out 2 3-0s back to back. We got 2 more best of 5s on the way before we end our day in the Southeast. I'm hoping for, some closer sets coming through on this one. New Bern and Washington up first.
Closer sets is something I'm looking forward to for sure. Wahio here taking early possession. Love his name. Super fun. Putting that ball out into the midfield void. Slight little touch there, but still, midfield possession remains.
Oh, fantastic pass going to come through. And Nadi will put that one home early. Fantastic team play. Seeing the likes of it come through. Alexa's biggest fan. Also the biggest fan of their teammates. Send them up nicely.
A perfect read there with the underside touch with the wheels. That was a really beautiful thing coming out. Very mechanical again, as we're seeing a lot of these players very highly skilled, and these team plays coming out as well. That was something we were missing in our last series, and I'm excited to see some more collaboration here. Alexa going for a solo play there, just unfortunately not quite able to make it.
Interesting kickoff here. We'll reset pretty quickly. Zoe was trying to push that one forward to the teammate. And that's going to give a lot of room here for New Bern. Can they capitalize on it? Early pass going to come through. No one quite able to make that contact. And so it has pushed the ball away yet again. Washington back in control. That shot on the money. No one back in time. Back post player late. And Alexa going to put that one in the net.
A great open net there. And I mean, you see the opportunity, you do have to take it. Getting that quite over that defender, and Cutthroat Bear just not able to rotate back in time.
I wish somebody would make their username Cadnator's biggest fan. Like, it must be not. Alexa, you're up good. I mean, I'm happy for you guys.
When is it our turn to be happy?
I hope yeah, really. Like, I hope you guys last forever. Well, that's actually an assumption that might not even be like very significant. Well, if it is, good for you. Or if it's just a good friend, hey, shout out to friendship and camaraderie.
And friendship and camaraderie is definitely something important in Rocket League here. As we see that team chemistry and those passes have really been setting up this Washington squad really well. Alexa's biggest fan, moving that ball through the midfield, but we are seeing some challenges here coming out of New Bern.
Some challenges here. Washington going to be a challenge for this team trying to score as well. Pushed back down yet again by the orange side. Alexa to garner control here, trying to force something in. That one stopped early. Couldn't quite get the air dribble down. That's giving New Bern the chance on the break. Shot going to go towards the bottom left post. Cleared away nicely, though, by none other than ABF.
Alexa's biggest fan, really relentless on putting those shots up, but New Bern answering that call here, getting some possession on this Washington side. We see ET up a little bit awkward there, unfortunately, just not quite able to get a touch. And again, ball is in possession of Alexa.
And Washington can continue that drive, broken away now by Void, but they've got to try to push some room back here. They've been able to get the ball cleared, haven't quite been able to put the work in. Once they do get it down into their own side of the pitch, forced away yet again early by the orange end of things. They're looking for a goal here. ABF going to put it on net. That one's pushed away early, though, by Void. Demo going to come through. We'll give some room here for New Bern to clear, and they've done so nicely.
And we see this possession is remaining on this Washington side. New Bern is getting some of these offensive plays here, but a little bit of an odd challenge there coming out from ET. Naughty trying to clear, getting a little awkward again. Just not quite able to get that ball out of that left corner.
Other demo going to come through. This one onto ABF. New Bern, repay the karma. We'll see if they can try to make something work off of it. Not quite. So they had the chance at 3-on-2. Couldn't find the ABF shot on. That one saved as well. New Bern not going to let the back post player situation come through yet again. That's how goal number 2 came into the net. Not letting those same shenanigans come through. Doing a good job rotating defensively.
And I mean, since they're learning from their mistakes, they're able to keep this same score line and really just keep a big presence in this game. Naughty trying to knock them down a peg, though, with a shot off here, but ET Void is going to be right there, perfectly placed to save it.
Void over 1. sent away nicely by AVF. A minute left to play. Chance for the shot on there, but good contest coming through from the New Bern defense. They are going to slow it down. The teammate Ohio behind as well. Neither player quite able to find that one. Void shot on. Teammate going to turn. Will there be enough time here to push this one towards the net?
We're hoping so as the clock dives down. Bear sending it back into that New Bern half, but Void waiting there patiently in the net to follow up. Taking possession of that, we're going through midfield here. He's taking this slow. Looking like a ones game here, getting a little fancy, but just not quite enough for this New Bern squad. Bear, though, trying to continue this barrage of shots, but it's just not going to happen.
Yeah, I like to see players take their time when they do have the spacing. You never want to rush through it. Unfortunately, did get caught up in that moment. Another look on for Ohio, not quite able to find that one either. Void going to push this one deep, and that one will come through. 17 left to play. Perfect time to get a goal through the net.
This game one's starting to feel close. You know, New Bern, while they only have 17 seconds, you can do a lot in 17 seconds. And I'm excited to see. A kickoff goal might be exactly what they need here. Could be the event on the horizon.
Certainly hoping so. Void does gain some control mid-pitch. Isn't quite able to work it, though. 10 remain. This New Bern, everybody's sitting in net, but we got to get this ball moving. Bear going to try to push it forward. Void, get this thing in the air. Washington will put it there, but they put it in the opposite direction in the process. That clear is going to come through. Ohio does keep it up off the back wall. Void will do what they can in this 50. AVF trying to push it forward, trying to get it back to the ground. And Bear not quite going to let that happen. There's a chance here. Ohio up. Going to push that one forward, but Naughty there will break down the lane. And Washington will take game number one.
What a tight game, and even at those last few seconds coming down to the wire, New Bern was able to keep that ball up, able to keep that possession for a minute there, and I think that's really looking good for them going into game two.
All right, New Bern, we see a decent amount of clears coming through. Good demo work to clear space, but they just have not quite been able to capitalize once they get the ball down pitch. ABF been obviously the biggest headache. 7 shots, 5 saves, a demo, and an assist on the extra goal here. Doing it all, it feels like, for Washington. Alexa, very happy to have this supporter just as supportive in the pitch.
Absolutely. You know, this last game has been a lot more physical than the last few we've seen. We're getting a lot of bumps, a lot of demos coming out, and I think that leads to this game being a lot closer.
I'll see if New Bern, can lock it in now. It's a close game one. Washington can start to make the gap look a bit wider. Early demo going to come through for the blue side yet again, but still just not quite able to get the lid off of the goal here early. These demos are coming through. Hasn't been the key to getting goals in just yet, and there'll be a demo in the other direction too, in fact. Almost everyone sitting in a spawn timer for New Bern. That gives Washington time to reset.
And that time is valuable, as we can see Washington applying that pressure to the New Bern side. Alexa here getting over not one, but 2 defenders, leaving that ball middle, but Cutthroat is going to be sure to clear that out. And we're not seeing a lot of follow-up coming up from some of these Washington players.
Ohio shot on that one, going to get cleared early, back post. ABF there for it. And this will go high and sent away yet again by the orange end of things. Ohio going to pick it up early, trying to beat ABF on the back wall. Saw the shark in the water. He's trying to bite down like Jaws, not quite able to finish it off the back wall, but the effort's certainly there for Washington, continuing to try to push goals forward.
And New Bern also trying to push a goal forward here as Ohio maintained that possession, trying to get a small flick off, but just didn't quite go in the net. We see Void here going up and over one, but again, those Washington defenders are so tightly nestled into that net that they're just able to continually push that ball out over and over and over.
I'm about 2 minutes off the clock here, and neither team has scored just yet. It's the longest we've gone tonight without anyone being able to break the goal threshold. As Void going to push this one forward to back corner. AVF there to stop it early. Bear getting bummed. Same story with Void, so no one from New Bern even allowed to touch the ball early. As ABF yet again going to go forward in this back corner. We'll fight here with the defenseman. That's Nadi a chance for it. That one's going to go right over the head, though. Bear taking it away yet again.
And Bear still maintaining that possession, but Alexa isn't too interested in that, trying to get it over Bear. A little bit of a knock-in there with Nadi, a little awkward. But that's a double commit there from New Bern, able to get that ball moving from the midfield onto that Washington side.
Another 30 off this clock, and still heavy contention for it. Ohio trying to work with Void there. Neither of them quite able to make it happen. It's good defense from Washington, send it away. A pool shot to the teammate. Is that enough to open the door? Not quite. ABF, a hound on the back wall, continuing the work. Gonna try to reset the flip here. Has done just that. Couldn't get back under the ball though. And that's given New Bern the opening they might need as a 3-on-1, but it's broken up by the defense, or is it? Void will come back as they try to send it to the corner, and New Bern on the board first in game number 2.
New Bern, it took 3 minutes, but they finally broke this scoreless game. And with a great shot, I might add. You know, as we were getting into this and continuing into the game, there's a lot of silly mistakes coming out. Their nerves were amped up as we're getting down to the last few minutes of the game, and nobody had put anything up. But I'm hoping to see them clean up a little bit here.
ABF working down the field early, and I like that from Ohio. This is the solution. ABF has been a hassle for you to deal with. If you can get pressure on them early, I'm talking physically bump this player, demo this player, don't let them work into the Washington offense, that could be a different story for this team. Immediately taken out of that possession. Is ABF still going to try to push it? Void already there though, in their face yet again. Now going to try to work this back corner. Fight for it here amongst teammates. That gives a chance for the blue side yet again. Oh, but it's a flip over 2. No one can get back in time. ABF outdoes them yet again.
What a beautiful flick here. So much control, so much understanding of where that ball needs to go. Sitting it right above both, and they're just not able to get there in time. Cutthroat, though, being extremely close to getting that save.
1 minute left in game number 2. Washington lead the series 1-0 right now. New Bern looking to get it back to a tied scoreline. Ohio has it there. Perfect timing to get down. Void off the back wall. Can it get finished? It certainly can. Cutthroat Bear will push it on home. It's 2-1.
What a quick answer coming out of this New Bern roster. They didn't want Washington to gain that momentum. They wanted to shut them down as soon as they can, and honestly, with that shot, they did just that. We're ticking into our final minute of this game here. Can New Bern hold their lead?
They certainly hope to. You'll see them put 2 defenders back early. Bear has the chance to clear this one forward. Ohio yet again just sticking to Alexa like glue, trying to make sure they can't push anything forward, but they just have their way with it. A chance off the ceiling, couldn't quite make it happen. 30 left to play. You see how bad ABF wants it. Trying to force that one back to mid-pitch, has done so. Clear from Void, stunted, backflip for it, not enough. Nadi will do what they can now.
You can see that Washington squad really just giving ABF that space there to do whatever they need to do, whether it be a flip reset, backwards, just very slow and calculated plays, because they have worked out in the past, and as I say that, another one almost works out, but just wasn't quite enough as we tick down into these last 8 seconds.
Time ticks. ABF gonna get one good look at this, and it's shut down early by New Bern. They'll come back swinging, and they'll take game number 2.
This is setting up to be a close series here, and I, for one, am looking forward to it. A lot of great things happening on both teams here. Pretty similar amounts of shots, but New Bern really just having that offensive edge this time.
Yeah, just that slight edge. It's tons of shots up for ABF, but it's just not quite enough. And I like the solution for Ohio just to get in their way, constantly there, making sure that if it is an opportunity that's going to come through from Alexa, it's not going to be an easy one. It's going to be the most difficult shot possible. It looks almost like the Caitlin Clark defense at the end of the women's final. Like the fact that she's never got a chance to actually take an easy shot, it makes it very, very difficult for her to sharpshoot.
Oh, and how I love Caitlin Clark. We'll see if Alexa becomes our own Caitlin Clark tonight here. As we see some more shots coming off, it looks like that ball is going to kind of flounder about in midfield here. Alexa's going to grab that possession, though. Getting another demo. These games have been so physical back-to-back. and it's really making a difference for the New Bern roster.
Ooh, that one going to the back corner, but not if Void has something to say about it. Gonna shut it down. New Bern defensively really stepping up here. It's put Washington on the back foot, having to rethink things after taking the loss there in game number 2. Ohio going to try to push that one to their teammate of Bear. Does turn on it in the back corner. Has a chance for it. Over one, but not beating that second defender. Has a chance for Void, though. Turn midfield. Had the shot on. Does get sent away. Is Washington going to lock it down defensively? It's a dribble getting started by ABF. Has some room. Going to push this one to the side. Is anyone here in midfield? There's an early demo. If they can find it. Naughty not quite there on the touch.
Naughty will be hopefully turning for that ball. It looks like I stand corrected there as Bear gets it knocked straight out. But Void quick to get a touch over to Ohio. Ohio quick to clear.
Clear back the other direction for Washington. Bit of volleyball right now. Try to get comfortable here in game number 3. A shot's going to come on, but instantly deflected. So no trouble for Washington defensively there. ABF going to break this one up. Has a chance. Over one. Trying to beat Void. Can't quite do so. 50 not going to go their way. New Bern hold on defensively.
ABF definitely a leader in that Washington offense here. But the Washington defense, again, I guess is also led by ABF with another great save coming out from them.
Yeah, generational leader, you could say. Demoed early, so can't lead anything now. Out the fray. Gives Ohio the chance to open up the board as Naughty going to push that one deep. ABF back. They'll do what they can here in the front. No boost, so has to give this one away, but has done a good enough job of forcing the ball deep. It's given a full reset to Washington to go back, grab boost, and look for a break.
You know, Washington just looks like they have ABF here as their leading person on offense. I feel like we're not seeing a lot of support from either of the other two players here. They all do well on defense, as we've seen, as the game is scoreless right now, but those demos trying to take them out. Quick recoveries from Washington.
Early clear going to come through. 2 minutes left to play. Still, we're scoreless in this one. Game 3 looking like it might come down to the wire. Ohio going to bring it up to cutthroat. Void going to try to push this past, but Naughty, not one to be fooled, holds on to it. We'll get a second touch here as well. That one is quite a bit weaker, so not going to win the 50. Gives New Bern the chance back on offense. Void not quite able to find the ball. ABF had to try to get under Bear, couldn't do so. And that gives New Bern some room to work with yet again. You see Void lurking there. Bear going to try to set it up early for the teammate. Pushes it back through, not quite going to come to fruition. That's Ohio just going to clear it back to their own back corner. New Bern going to reset.
Void here thinking about taking possession. Looks like he wants to take it a little slow, which probably work in their favor, but Naughty not interested in taking it very slow as that ball hits over to Bear. Bear going for this shot, but two defenders are there, and as I say that, those two defenders left straight past that net, leaving it wide open for Void.
Yeah, hard read there. You don't know when Bear's going to make contact with the ball and takes so long to make contact. It pulls those two defenders over, gives room for the teammate to have all that open space on the left side of the net to push it on home. Leaves New Bern to score first. ABF vying for the goal back, but Ohio quicker on the defense.
As we tick down into our final minute here, we're looking for this Washington squad to get a goal to tie it up. Maybe we could see our first OT of the day. But looks like there's not a player from Washington there to follow it up. Ohio looking to take possession of this, and as I say that, Void takes it right over Ohio, looking for that shot.
Ohio going to get over. Demo to help push that ball forward as Void will break it up on the back end. 40 remain as Washington going to try to work it the other direction. Ohio up early. This one going top left corner, but it's defended nicely by Washington.
30 seconds left. It is down to the wire for this Washington roster, and Alexa almost puts one in, but that defender is just there. Alexa looking to turn on this. Still 15 seconds. Time is ticking. Washington needs a goal, and they need it right now.
I like the way New Bern keep two defenders there to make sure no shenanigans in the back of the goal box. It's handled nicely. Two great looks by ABF towards the end of this one. Neither going to come through as New Bern will hold on in game number 3. They're up 2-1.
What a great showing from New Bern. They look so different than they did in game 1. I think they just needed a minute to get those footholds, understand that confidence, and just feel ready to go into this series.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you're ABF, man, it's tough. The stat line is phenomenal. 700 score, 7 shots, 7 saves, but it's just not quite enough. The team on the other end firing on all cylinders, and unfortunately, you need 3 to party.
Absolutely. And I mean, I think that's the biggest difference between these two rosters. New Bern is so team-oriented. You can see those passes coming out. You can see them being very physical. Those demos coming out, 6 demos to 2. And it just looks like that Washington squad is rallying behind ABF and not necessarily supporting each other.
See if they can find some team synergy here, or will they be finding themselves with one in the loss column here? Is ABF out early yet again? It's Ohio looking for opportunity. Delayed flip. No one quite there forward in the mid-pitch. They've reset nicely. Everyone's just going to back away from this one. Demo was looking to come through from Lexa and does. Finds it late. Able to convert some boost off of it as well. They get past Ohio here and go to the corner. This one certainly looking to go towards the air, but Void going to break it up.
Alexa also looking to break it up here, looking for the solo play, getting over 1, but Bear immediately there to make sure that ball is not going anywhere near the New Bern net.
Bear gonna get beat here in the back corner. Alexa looking for a 1v3 to try to get this ball towards the net. It's just not to be. New Bern do a good job of handling that one defensively, or do they? It's a ground pinch picked up by Alexa. That one goes to the net. Washington up first.
What a beautiful opportunity, and what an extremely fast shot. 90 miles per hour on that goal. Alexa saw what they needed to do and immediately went for it. I mean, and that's why they keep having that leading spot on their team's leaderboard. If they keep that dominance, Washington might have a great run in the rest of the series.
Alexa going to do what they can here offensively. Yet again. Past one. But Ohio, phenomenal turn to break that one up early. Naughty in mid-pitch with some contention. It's Cutthroat. And another solid pinch. This one comes off the back wall from Alexa. Finding a lot of speed there on the clear. That's going to give them time to come up for this one as well. And that's exactly what they've done. They sent it to the back wall. Naughty here in mid-pitch, but beaten by Void. And the play quite broken up.
Definitely looks like we're playing ping pong here with some of these really long clears back and forth. And Bear continuing to make another one here, following up with this on the wall. Alexa turning to challenge. Not getting much of a challenge off that, but Ohio trying to get a goal there. Void following up, keeping that ball in play on the Washington half.
Ohio trying to get a setup there. They got a deep defensive rotation setup right now, so no one home for it. Alexa over 1, out of boost though, so can't quite get the power they wanted to go back left there. It's broken up the play for New Bern yet again, defensively handling what is this superstar, it feels like offensively. A real one that's going to get broken up here as they drive off one another, so everyone's still in this one. I'd be scared if Washington had ABF locked up.
An extremely strange rule 1 there, but glad that's out of the way. Alexa looking to challenge Ohio here, getting that ball right off of his cover. And it looks like Naughty meeting Bear midfield, but Alexa is just in that net. Looks like with Zoe as well, trying to make sure that that New Bern team does not get any goals on them.
Ooh, everybody kind of up for this one. Sent home by Ohio. The defense awkward on the touch, and New Bern happy to take advantage.
Such a strange triple commit in that corner there. Not sure what the rotation was happening, but New Bern saw what they needed to do, and they did it. Sunk it right in. A beautiful shot there coming out of that New Bern team.
Kickoff one by New Bern. They'll push this one into a comfy spot. They'll steal boost as well. Bear going to turn quickly. We'll get it to Void, but broken up nicely by Washington. Ohio looking for the 360. Thought he was in an MLG compilation. Unfortunately, he's left with no goal for himself. So Alexa going to control this one very early. Looking to go to the ground and now into the net. That's the second for Washington.
ABF looking like a really big fan of ground pitches here, and a really adept one at that, making 2 in this game alone. Beautiful, beautiful shots, and a great way to get over both of those New Bern defenders.
And ABF will not be trifled with. They're doing what they can to keep this squad in this series up right now. A chance to force a game 5. They can just hold on to this lead. It's Void trying to answer back immediately. Couldn't quite do so. ABF will push it forward yet again. Caught by Bear. Has some room. Has a teammate streaking up the field as well. Ohio looking to get connected with. Is Void going to push it through? A solid offensive effort. New Bern tied up.
Definitely breaking down that Washington defense here with those rotations, and Void knowing exactly where to place it. Alexa trying to get back in time, just not able to make it.
1 minute left to play, and this one could go either way. Washington just had the lead. Can they find it yet again? Bear up early. ABF going to break it up. Using all the boost, though, in this aerial. Can they get back down for it? They certainly can. Not even mid-pitch. Kind of sets up Ohio. They were going to send that one flying towards the bottom left corner. But ABF is there defensively. Has broken it up nicely. As Void looking to reset it. In mid-pitch. Beats everybody! A masterclass in dribbling by none other than Void. New Bern taking the lead.
I need a YouTube tutorial from Void on how to do that immediately. What a perfect example of a dribble, and what a way to beat that Washington defense. A fantastic shot to put them up by 1. 50 seconds left. We're dwindling down to this last second. That is exactly what this New Bern roster needed.
The healing touch from ET enough to heal the lead for New Bern. A chance to close up the series now. That's Alexa. Shot on, broken up very early. And they're just riling shots up, doing everything they can to try to make this one go back the other direction. Another clear on its way, broken up by Bear. New Bern, a chance, everybody's up. Oh, just barely in the goal line. It feels like there's 90% of that ball over. And Ohio finally able to finish it. I'd argue that might be the dagger. New Bern up 2 with 13 to go.
That is such a devastating shot to go out on. They're down by 2. I mean, Washington really needs a miracle here. An immediate kickoff goal or something, but it just looks like they're not going to be able to grant that possession. We have Bear here. The ball is just flying across the pitch. Truly not much this Washington squad can do, as New Bern is going to take this series and this game.
New Bern, a game 1 that looks fairly Washington coded, but the rest of the series not the case in the slightest. They make a quick adjustment, they handle ABF quickly, and they show up and show out. Great effort from Washington. They do what they may, but unfortunately they will not take this series.
Just wasn't quite enough, but you know, you just can't sleep on that team synergy coming out from New Bern. They've done so well throughout the whole series, keeping those passes and just keeping everything coming. But as we go into this next series, we do see Washington again facing a new enemy. We're looking at Washington and Onslow here, kicking it off with a bang.
We'll see if they got what it takes to lock in now against the Owls. Who better to take them down in Washington County? Who better? Who? Because they're Owls.
So the joke there was that they were owls.
Yeah, like who? Like
Who?
yeah. I heard there's an owl on the broadcast desk, Anna.
Oh my gosh, who?
Oh!
No!
It was you! Whoa, that's crazy. 30 away. Not much action to call right now, minus the fact that there is an owl in the call, so we got to figure that one out. We got some new friends joining us. BDM SZ1 and Solar Flare 350. They got what it takes to take down Washington. Gonna need this game. Remember, it's 25K in prizing we're up for. So you certainly want to see them catch a win here.
Absolutely. That 25K is pretty life-changing, especially for high school students as well. You know, it could be used money, that could be used as a nest egg, so many different things, and they're really playing for a lot on the line here.
A nest egg? Because owls have nests.
You see
Wait,
what
do
I
they?
did
Wait,
there?
do they have nests?
What?
That's true.
Guys, I'm an esports
That might
commentator,
not
not
be
a
true.
scientist.
Yeah, that might not be true. I think they do though. They're birds.
I mean, they're birds. They probably
do the
have
nesting.
nests.
Yeah, who knows?
Someone in chat enlighten us about this, please. Thank you.
Yeah, who knows, truly. Shot on, not quite going to come through. Good defense from Onslow to shut that one away. No clear just yet. Gives some room here for Washington to keep trying to find something. ABF is leading that front line charge. It does get pushed away yet again, though, by Onslow. So it's clears on both sides of the coin. Defensive effort on point in the first 2 minutes.
ABF being such a strong player here, maintaining to keep that possession. It looks like Nadi's making a play for it here, getting a 50 there with SC1, but not looking for anything there. Alexa going for another, looks like ground pinch, but not quite able to find it. The demo from Nadi comes out. Looks like he's bumping again to clear away for Alexa. Just not quite able to sink it in.
Washington looking to work it the other way. Broken up quickly by Onslow. SZ1 gonna get to that ball. Tried to get to the teammate. There was a minor gap there. Just couldn't quite thread the needle. It's ABF chance on their own here. Solar Flare gonna break it up. Sends it up to the teammate for a clean clear. Was looking for the chance of the redirect. BDM couldn't quite get the car there in time. So it's now another minute of play away and another shot on for ABF. Close, but not quite.
The sheer control that ABF has over that car is astounding. So many plays that are just barely off, but look so beautiful in the process. As we see, they're going for another one here off of that backboard, but Solar Flare is going to quickly clear that out. And we see SC1 here maintaining that possession. Going for a shot, and it looks like it's going to roll right in over those Washington defenders.
It certainly is. They were going to go for the redirect there, but didn't even need to. It's almost a very elaborate fake. Having the second player up early pulls all the defensive eyes and allows for a second touch to come through off the initial pass to pick that one up. That's Onslow on the board first.
On the board first, indeed. It's a great place to be as the time ticks down. 1 minute and 30 seconds left. We need a statement from Washington, and we need it now. ABF trying to get that statement. Looks like Zoe's getting in on some of that action there, but those defenders are just not there. ABF barely gets there in time. But Solar Flare, ooh, a great save there from ABF.
ABF to the corner. This is going to be a hard one to get down, and couldn't quite do so. 1 minute left to play, and Washington still not quite able to take the lid off of the net. Alex going to push that one away early. Has a chance here. Going to take this one from wall to air. Over two and over everybody. It's 1-1.
A beautiful shot there. And again, that car control like I've been talking about. Able to keep that air dribble. Able to go over two defenders and slot it exactly where ABF needs to.
Under a minute. And this one can go either way. Solar Flare gonna look to bring it in for the team. No one there for the chase, though. It's just a simple dump, and ABF happy to pick it up. A chance off the sidewall, but it's not to be. Just barely off the mark, and Onslow a chance to find themselves into the lead, having to slow down their break. A back pass to SZ1 to try to push this one forward. Another look to the teammate, but broken up. That passing lane shut down by the likes of ABF.
We're dwelling down into our last 20 seconds here. I am itching for an overtime. We haven't had one yet, and I think this game might just be won, or at least I hope so. We see Alexa here trying to make me put my words in my mouth, but Solar Flare is there for that clear. Zoe getting on some more action too this game. You love to see it.
Shot on. That one contested early by ABF. Still up. A chance to score right here. Is there a save? There certainly is. Our first overtime of the night, and win better than the last series.
Welcome to overtime, folks, and I am beyond excited to be having this right now. We see Alexa trying to keep this overtime short and quick, but SC1 drops down perfectly, able to save that shot, taking it up the middle, getting a little slow here with this air dribble. Over one. Looks like it's just not going to fall.
Contest for it on the back wall. Washington just going to back up. Will slow down, making sure they can get a consistent clear here The rest of the team could be involved. Naughty not quite able to find that touch. ABF isn't either. That's given Onslow a lot of room. They had 2 players up here. There's no boost at the defense's disposal right now either, but still, somehow, some way, Alexa's found a clear.
And it looks like a little bit of a mistouch there coming out from a Washington team. But Alexa, again, is sitting in that net ready to make those saves. Alexa is ready to switch between offense and defense at the drop of a hat and be the one leading the charge for the Washington team.
Look in the front of the goal box here. There's a lot of room here for Alexa. Could get to cooking. We're going to get shut down by BDM. Ball popped up early. Back wall. Is someone here for it? It'll be Solar Flare instead. Push it away for Onslow. Shut down in mid-pitch by Alexa. We've got a comfortable reset here. 1:30 so far in this overtime.
Overtime is taking its time, and that's for sure. Alexa still trying to push that ball, but just not following up. Essentially passing right to SC1. BDM and SC1 getting into a little bit of a scuffle there, a little awkward. Taking that possession out of Onslow's hands and into Washington's.
No boost here for the Stars, so no choice but to back up. As Onslow will start to work their own assault, will mount their attack. Alexa on the back corner. Oh, mistouch. That could be disastrous for what could be a great offensive opportunity. They've recovered it quickly, but Alexa going to push it away. Naughty will find it even further down pitch. In back corner, this clear should come through nicely from ABF. Just one more touch to do it, and they'll find it now.
ABF quick to capitalize on those Washington mistouches, but Solar Flare doesn't want to take that for an answer, hitting it over midfield, but Alexa is right there to meet him again, and it looks like it's almost a shot, but no teammates there to follow up. These solo plays are really going to be what's killing Washington here in this series.
Shot on, but not quite there. Defensive effort successful for Washington. Solar Flare going to hold it early, going to push it up. BDM! Oh, Alexa just barely going to get that bumper in the way. Washington holding on with the defensive effort.
What a beautiful defensive effort that was, too. A split second later, and that would have been game for Onslow, but Naughty trying to move the ball down here, but it looks like Alexa is going to take that possession and push it down past midfield. Getting another touch on it. It's a shot, but SC1 is right there to receive.
Ooh, Alexa going to get countered early here to enter our 3rd minute of overtime. SC1 to BDM. Looking to shovel something to the middle of the pitch. They can't quite do so. Alexa will work it now instead. Off this sidewall, mid-pitch. Naughty looking to get involved. A touch, but not much more off of it. In mid-pitch, big bump. SC1 a mistouch. BDM is going to throw it where they can. Washington have the chance to really mount something here. Alexa going to push it forward. Solar Flares put it up. And Onslow going to clear it back away.
Onslow slowly pushing into that Washington half. Zoe's last one back here, but it's looking like Alexa still going to maintain that possession. Trying to move this ball. He's going up the wall here, looking for a shot on. Just not quite able to find it yet. Looking for another pinch there. The ball's going to roll right back into that Washington half. And that is a devastating way to lose there from Washington. A 4-minute OT, and it looks like the ball just rolls straight in with a slight touch back and forth between BDM, and Alexa.
Yeah, Alexa gets a spoiler on it, but it's the weaker part of the car, and it's just not enough to shovel that ball away. So much score, 1,300 score. But unfortunately, in the series score, it's Onslow on top. The whole team showing up yet again. Plenty of shots brewing for them. Defensive effort is phenomenal. It takes them a bit of time to try to work those assists out. Their first goal assisted, of course, but regardless, they're able to get the job done in game number 1.
Absolutely, and I think this is going to carry them well into game number 2. Able to get that momentum. Granted, it was on a little bit of a silly shot and a little bit of a mistouch there. An unfortunate accident, I suppose, for that Washington team, but they're looking for redemption as we go ahead into our game 2.
EBF early off a kickoff, wanted to make something happen, brought it cleanly back to the hood of the car, but stopped early by the Onslow defenders in the front of the goal box. They'll now make an offensive effort. Shot gonna go just wide. Onslow try to get on the board first, turning for it quickly in mid-pitch. You can tell they're feeling a bit more comfortable now, willing to take a bit of extra risk. So they'll try to force the issue.
Absolutely, that win gave them some of the confidence that they needed and able to create that space, provide a little bit more of a challenge for these Washington offenders. Alexa still looking for that shot, but those 3 Onslow players are there and are ready for it.
Ooh, crazy pinch from Solar Flare. Going to spark up something offensively, but no play will develop off of it. It's cleared nicely by Alexa. It'll be a full-on reset for Onslow. Going to take their time here. Just a quick bump. Zoe will force it in. Going to get bumped away, though. Easy to clean up there for Onslow, who do send it into trouble. Alexa to pick it up. Just has to beat one, and certainly has.
What a great beat there from Alexa. You could see a little bit of dribbling action. It looked like there, a little bit of a fake coming out, and it worked beautifully for that Washington squad, putting them on the board with about 1:10 down.
Yeah, Alexa lurking there, just hoping there's some sort of mistouch defensively. Everybody's back, hoping that they might step over one another. They try to find themselves a quick little outlet pass, and it leads straight into the jaws of Alexa, happy to find the first. I'm going to push this ball away as well, or maybe not. It's a taste of their own medicine. Alexa sends it to BDM, who's more than happy to send it into the net.
Yeah, BDM just happened to beat Alexa there. A little bit of a mistouch coming out from them, but puts Onslow on the board, and I know they are excited to be there, continuing on some of that momentum from their game 1. Solar Flare here winning that kickoff, and BDM trying to get a quick goal, a second goal off of this.
C1 going to push it down the side wall. Solar Flare to help into the front of the goal box, but just a little too deep to try to make something happen off of it. So Washington will clear. Alexa going to send this one very wide, so it's giving some room for Onslow to start to develop a play.
And Solar Flare looking for that shot there, but Alexa manages to be back every single time, and also manages to be forward every single time. A beautiful double tap there to put it right in over the head of an Onslow defender.
Fantastic work from Alexa there. Absolute cinema, putting the team on their back. Able to work it to the ceiling there to make something happen. The second goal on game number 2 for Washington. They'll go to the lead. Can they hold on to it this time, though?
Alexa going to where they're most comfortable in possession of the ball. Looks like they're going to get it over Solar Flare. And again, up and over one of these defenders, but a teammate not quite there to follow up. BDM here taking possession off of these Washington players, searching for a shot, but SC1 follows it up in a beautiful lob over straight to Alexa.
Went over the head of BDM, picked up by Alexa, looking to bring it home, and certainly has. Will touch the bottom left of the goal as it's over the head of BDM and just keeps on pushing is Alexa. SC1 wanted boost, and it's cost them a goal.
The gift to Washington that keeps on giving. Alexa being our leading scorer here and really establishing that dominance in the midway through this game. We got about half of the game left, so there's still time for Onslow to pick this back up, but Alexa's not interested in that. Going for a shot there, but not quite able to hit it.
Over the top. Nothing quite going to come through off the backboard. Handled nicely by Alexa. Fighting midfield. Awkward 50, extended 50, if you will. Control finally won by Onslow, just throwing a shot towards the net there. Not able to handle that one with ease. Looking for another look is Solar Flare. Try to get it over to BDM. Wasn't quite up to par, so it's giving some room here for Alexa to try to push it the other direction. Good touch over to Zoe Waters, who's more than happy to secure the goal.
I believe this is the first goal that Zoe has scored in this series, so exciting to see that. A beautiful one straight over those two defenders. Onslow got a little bit awkward there, but that's quickly establishing Washington's dominance here.
Washington on top by 3. Kickoff one by SZ1. Zoe an awkward touch, but gets it nicely to Alexa. An easy save for SC1. Just kind of a lob, seeing what's good over in the defensive department. And that's going to be all she wrote for that first break. Unless Alexa can turn on it. No one went for ball. Gave some room there. It does go wide post. A shot not quite on the money as Onslow will clear now.
Washington team just looking for those clears, but Onslow's going to get a little bit of possession here, trying to keep that offensive pressure on that Onslow side, but Washington continues their barrage, and as I say that, Onslow gets one that rolls right in. BDM getting a nice one there, giving Onslow a shot.
It certainly does. BDM, good movement to get to the wall there before anyone can contest on the 50, and a good demo as well to make sure no one there defensively. As Onslow able to find themselves a second goal, now within 2, a minute to play, so a chance at it, especially if they can find something off the kickoff, just barely can, it'll be a nice save.
Saves are what they're looking for here as Alexa pushing onto that Onslow side, still just absolutely relentless in this, but Solar Flare not super interested in that, going for a shot, and it is open. Onslow creeping up here in these last 45 seconds.
Wait a minute, Solar Flare gonna push it home. We'll go over Zoe, recognizing the defender didn't step up for it, so happy to capitalize on that space and shoot it from deep. It's just 1 goal the difference now. Onslow into the lead in the series, hoping they can maybe find themselves at a 2-0 when this game's said and done.
They're definitely looking for that 2-0, and it looks like they're gonna get it. Solar Flare with another shot, equalizing this series. We might get another OT.
This team firing on all cylinders. Where was this in the 4.5 minutes of overtime? That's 2 goals back to back, showing that they definitely can put goals in the net and in quick succession. They are up to par right now. Does Washington have themselves an answer? They've got 30 seconds to figure things out.
Onslow's not looking forward to them figuring things out as Solar Flare gets one right over that Washington squad. 3 goals back-to-back in such quick succession. What an amazing showing.
Onslow on top. A team that was down 3 goals 3 minutes ago has found themselves in the driver's seat of game number 2. They're not looking to slow down either. Still putting the pressure on after the kickoff. Alexa gonna go high, just has to beat this one. Will get the double touch opportunity, but it's just not quite enough. It's forced away by Onslow. Fighting mid-pitch, everybody on this ball. Alexa gonna get one more shot at it. It's broken down quickly though by SZ1. Bumps coming through in waves onto ABF, and that means Onslow, the Owls, gonna take game number 2.
What an amazing showing coming out of this Onslow team. I mean, I think we need to rename them to On Fast, because the speed at which they threw up those last few goals, wow, an absolutely great showing to pull them up from the depths.
Yeah, who would have believed it?
Certainly not me.
Fantastic work from this team. A hoot in the last minute of play.
Who?
One more game is all it'll take for them to punch their ticket forward in the qualifiers. BDM going to take it all the way deep into the goal box after the kickoff. Handled nicely, though, by the Washington defensive. Not clear just yet. Solar Flare going to push it back in.
And Solar Flare still looking for that shot, but Alexa's going to quickly grab that. It looks like going up to their favorite place. Oh, just kidding. Not going up to the wall, but getting a few dribbles past those Onslow defenders. And Alexa still getting another ground pinch.
A lot of room here, but broken up nicely by the Washington defense. Just barely hanging on to that one. It's threads to keep it out the net. But they've done just that. Alexa going to look to clear. Low boost, but a nice shot lofted high, but it is going to go just too far onto the left post. Solar Flare handling a 50 early. Going to get beaten now, though, by Alexa, flicking over one, over everybody, but it's yet again the fabled left post. It plays spoiler.
What an awkward series of events there as we're 1 minute down in this game. Just no shots, no goals, excuse me, coming off from either of these teams, but Alexa really trying hard to make that happen here.
Another shot on for Alexa. That one going to be contested. This time, the defender is living and breathing, but in the same sense, it's no goal into the net. BDM going to push it the other direction. Alexa going to break it up early. A Solar Flare over, but they can't into the back corner. Neither team with good control right now. It's devolving into chaos here. Shot on for Naughty, broken up quickly, and Zoe with a now deep clear will get things back under control.
There's definitely a lot of panic there going on for a minute, a demo coming out, but just a lot of frenzy it seems, and Naughty, really awkward backflip there. Fortunately, that ball did not go in, but BDM looking to defend here, but Alexa's gonna sneak one in that top right corner.
And Alexa earned this one. It should be 4-0 right now. So many good shot opportunities came through, but none of them able to find their way into the back of the net. Finally, they've been able to cure the curse. So it'll be 2 minutes away. First goal in the net for Washington. Can they hold on to this lead?
Well, they're certainly hoping so. Washington's hoping to take this all the way to that game 5 and get that reverse sweep here, but Onslow's not too interested in that. BDM taking possession of this, going over one Washington defender, and it looks like the goal's almost open, but Alexa manages to make their way there at the very last second.
Clean back post rotation. The second one there as well. Right after that corner boost pickup. Fight in the middle of the air here. It'll be picked up by Onslow. Gonna push it down. Back wall shot on. Inbound quite nicely. Solar Flare will tie things up.
Solar Flare in the right place at the right time there. A great self-pass, it seems. Immediately reading off the backboard, and Zoe just a little awkward there and not quite able to make a save.
We're all tied up. I mean, we saw a 4-1 deficit overcome, so I have to expect that Onslow can overcome just the single. And they certainly have now. SC1 will vie for some space, give Solar Flare a chance on the shot. And a nice save going to come through from Alexa.
Definitely a close shot there from Solar Flare, and looking to do it again, passing down straight to BDM, and BDM just slipping that one right in that bottom left corner.
50 just not quite going to go their way. In both cases there, in the pass and on the goal line, neither player able to get enough of the bumper in defensively. Allows for Onslow to pick up a goal there, now into the lead. Hoping to close out this series here in game number 3. Still 2 minutes left to play.
Timer is ticking though. Washington needs to make a move, and it looks like Alexa's looking to do just that, taking possession off of that Onslow offender there. And it looks like SC1 trying to clear it out of the Onslow half, but no challenge coming out here from Alexa.
Challenge going to come through now. It'll be Naughty in the goal box. Solar Flare thinking about it off the ceiling. Going to go for it. Delays that flip heavily, but it's handled nicely by the defense. Onslow still going to turn it. They've got 2 in midfield. We'll make that 1 as the demo going to come through. Alexa getting blood on their hands if that's what it takes to get another goal into the net. Fighting for midfield control. Beaten down though by Onslow. Pass here, but SZ1, the lane broken up by Washington.
Onslow was really just slowly breaking down that Washington defense, and it looks like Solar Flare is going to get past 2, but a demo by Alexa is going to quickly put Washington back into play.
I mean, it remains a goal still needs to be found if you're Washington, and Onslow really going to slow this one down. Want to make sure they've got a good look when it comes to their break. We'll start to develop it now. Zoe going to put that one very easily into defensive possession. Alexa will do what they might. Up early for it, but could not read the clear. Sent away by Onslow, now back into their own control. Awkward midfield touch, but enough to get it into their own half.
Absolutely, and it looks like Naughty here is trying to get a quick clear, but Solar going to pinch that into a 50 there. And it looks like Alexa still is going to take possession and try to get it over. We're ticking down into our last 15 seconds. We're waiting for Alexa to pull out some amazing shot like we've seen the rest of the series, but Onslow's not interested in that happening.
Certainly not. The effort still here from the Owls, guaranteeing success here. Solar going to put one more on. It'll stop at the goal line, but this series will stop at game number 3. It's a clean 3-0 for the Owls.
I mean, wow, what a series coming up from the Owls, and I think we'd be remiss if we did not touch on that game 2 again. What a quick comeback, and honestly, such a deserved win after that.
Yeah, 1 minute to get yourself 4 points and turn things back the other direction is phenomenal effort from the Owls. Certainly earned themselves a victory and a step forward in the qualifying bracket. 3 weeks of gameplay. This is simply the first. We've got 25,000 up for grabs in terms of prizing.
And we are so excited to have hosted your week 1 of the Southeastern region. I had such a good time today, Kat. I had such a blast.
Yeah, without a doubt. Fantastic stuff from all these teams. I'm really thinking, though, these Rams might be one of those top 3 teams moving forward into regionals. But, of course, top 8 on the prowl for everybody in the Southeast and all our other 11 regions in addition. That's all we've got for you here tonight. Make sure you follow VESL on all socials. It's just at VESLGG. You can see it down below me. There's no reason you shouldn't be following along, getting all the noties for when we're live, whether it be here in Rocket League, whether it be Valorant or Smash. All the action you can find on the YouTube. But we'll catch you later. It's been a pleasure. Have a good night, and we'll see you when we do.